Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where we are about to step foot into the unknown. But before we do, I've been looking at the Codex here. It seems like almost every page in the Codex has like expanding lore, stuff that we will unlock by continuing to play. Most of this is not stuff that we need to think too hard about, it's just like, hey, continue playing, continue gaining rewards. But I did want to note that a number of the characters, and all of the gods here, do have like an indication that you might be able to get a thing from them. And in the case of Poseidon, we're pretty close to getting whatever it is here in the first heart. So I think that we should definitely prioritize Poseidon boons if we see them. We should also probably give some ambrosia to Poseidon so that we could force Poseidon boons in the future. If we... Oh, no, we totally already have some. I sort of forgot where we were between this episode and the last one. Alright, there's nothing else we want to do here, right? We could change out our keepsake. Right now our keepsake is giving us max HP, and it feels like that's the right thing to keep going with. We are 18 encounters away from leveling it up. I don't think we want to go for the Shattered Shackle. I don't think we want to force encounters with Ares, because we're hoping to have encounters with Poseidon. So I guess let's just keep moving.
Never gone this far.
I'm very, very curious what we are going to find here, and whether it can stand up to the might of all of our nonsense.
The fields of Elysium.
Wow, it's really pretty. I like the pottery here as well.
The rare heavenly splendors of Elysium, reserved for only the most great of mortal souls, spread forth luxuriantly all about the fire-stepping prince.
It reminds me a little bit of Bastion.
Luxuriantly? Really?
What, you don't agree? Alright, well, like I said, let's go and say howdy to Uncle Poseidon. Oh, who's this guy? Get out of here. So they attack, and then they, like, stand there with their sword held in front of their face for some reason? Wait, what? Why are we talking about... Okay, so I can't affect the... After they die, it seems like they maybe turn into those eyeball things, and then after I kill those... Okay, after I kill those, the sword just sits on the ground. Also, there's new traps. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I apologize if it's a little tricky to keep track of all of what's going on. Okay, that was... frantic. It seems like the swords don't actually do anything, they just float there and look menacing. I wonder if the reason that the sword gets left behind even after you kill the eye monster is that other eye monsters might be able to pick them up, or...
Uncle Poseidon, it's been excellent to know you, sir, so please, this is for you.
Zagreus is getting maybe a little bit too formal here.
Oh, I am positively moved by your affection, little nephew. Though I think I've just the thing for you in turn. Here, I shall transfer it to you.
I thank you, Uncle.
Alright, the conch shell one assumes that it will do the same thing that the other major god boons have done.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, rewards are worth more, your god gauge charges faster, or just get a bunch of stuff. I mean, we could use a little bit of health. Kind of seems like we maybe have run out of good rewards from him. Yeah, let's take the sunken treasure.
God's might.
Alright, well, if we get access to a shop, we can probably make pretty good use of it at this point. This one is glowier than the others. Maybe that's just a lighting effect that happens to be right on top of that spawner.
Some of Charon's wares.
We can't quite get that, though. It's probably worth taking on an Eye of Lamia here. Because we're seeing new stuff where we are even more likely than usual to take damage. And do I want to talk to Hermes again, or do I want to cash up even further? I'm a little torn. I guess let's go see Hermes. Continuing to get stronger seems like a good thing. Okay, yep, splitters gotta be a little little more wary of that. So presumably there is increased value on actually landing my deflects here. Ah, my man. Alright, I gotta keep an eye on too many directions at once. Ah, alright. If I hit the projectile in the air, it immediately splits, which is useful but also dangerous. Yep, like right there. Pretty dangerous. What is this? It's shooting butterflies. That can't be good. This might be a thing where, like, if you know more about mythology, you would have some idea what the reason is for butterflies. I mean, it's a video game. I know it's bad to get touched by them, at least. Yeah, these guys are actually very tough. Okay, I think one more on this one should do it. Do have to get the projectile all the way over to him, though. Well, I haven't done any damage at all to this one. And I'm failing to hit with my Doom. Okay. And when I kill one of them, it seems like it immediately erases all of the butterflies that he spawned. Although, obviously, there are lots of other problems. Ooh. Yeah. Good health drops. Thank the gods for all of these, apparently they're gyros, not burritos.
What's going on there, cuz? Can I call you cuz? Got something here for you. Should make your battles to the death end that much quicker.
See, now he's talking a little bit faster than he was during his intro. Alright, special is faster, you are faster, dash more. You know, I don't actually know... Does this make the projectiles move faster, or does it accelerate the animation? Because the former is useless, but the latter would be fantastic. Then again, dashing, also good. Dashing is also good, is the thing. Let's take the extra dash. And then...
Should I take the trade?
Definitely don't want to sell any of this stuff. That doesn't mean I'd have to fight a Hydra if I went through there, does it? It can't. I guess this is just a currency that we're going to find all over the place now, or maybe only past the Hydra fight. Well, I think let's go to the shop. 216 is enough to get something interesting.
Fancy seeing you up here.
And that boat really gets around, I guess. Oh, he doesn't have anything to say to us. Well... That's a real shame. Is there anything in here that breaks? Because the breakables that give gold pretty much always give 10 gold, and 10 gold would be enough to allow us to, 10 gold would be enough to allow us to buy both of those. Looks like I am just out of luck, though. I just need a little bit more money.
The vast and multitudinous riches of both the surface and the underworld are hoarded by the river Charon, whose services are often tendered to the wealthiest within Elysium.
He really gets around.
Below as above, I guess. Alright, well... Do I want the health or do I want the pomegranate? I kind of feel like the pomegranate's maybe a good way to go. We have such powerful abilities. Although, also, at the same time, we have so many abilities that we have no idea what will show up in the pomegranate thing. We might not be able to upgrade the stuff we want. I'm gonna take it.
Spend it all in one place, mate.
More attack, more dash. Hey, these are both good. We're hitting people with the dash a lot. I think I'll take more damage on the dash. And then boss fight for a good Ares boon. Or mini boss, or just difficult room. I think we're gonna go for more health. Our damage potential is solid. I just need to survive to deal the damage, that's all. Huh, why is that guy so injured already? Is there a Gemini thing going on here? No, damaging one of them doesn't seem to damage the other. I wonder what happened to him. I'm trying. Okay, I got him eventually. Oh, chariots. So I'm assuming that other guy was so damaged because of the, whatever's throwing those big purple spears. Oh, did I kill one of them and then let him fully recover? Ah, damn it, there was a thing in front of the... There we go. I was trying to shoot that guy from behind the pillar there. Ooh. This is not easy.
That's better.
I mean, I'm sure I'll get used to the way they move eventually. Haven't seen anything that looks like a golden breakable that contains money since we've been up here. It may be that I'm just not recognizing what it is that marks them as money containing. Well, it doesn't seem like I want to go that way. You get limited value from getting additional cash at this moment. Oh, hey.
The bowels of hell. This is not your place.
Agreed on both counts. Just passing through, so if you'll excuse me.
I mean, he's definitely not the actual boss of the area, right? We haven't been through enough rooms. So it's interesting that he has dialogue.
I will not. The champion of Elysium would never back down from such a contest. Neither will I.
Wait, you're not the champion of Elysium? You're the Bull of Minos. I can't imagine who's even stronger than you. Is it Heracles? Tell me it's Heracles.
I will not. You talk too much, short one. Come get destroyed.
Come get destroyed. I want to play as Asterius. This guy's awesome. Also, his music rocks. Alright, well. The bad news for you is that I have fought a lot of video game bosses that charge. Ow. Not really helping me so far, but like in theory it could be useful. Okay, stay mobile. He has a very fast jump. Also, that thing has more dash range than I was expecting. We didn't get hit by the dash there, but it was mostly dumb luck. Also, he can turn while dashing? What is that nonsense? That's not how video games work. Ah, the pillars actually block his jump. Really good information. Also, he's going to be bringing in some Medusa heads for backup, and we just got to be ready for that. Ah, I'm impervious. Ow. It's okay. He's patient. He's content to wait until my imperviousness comes to an end. Alright, so he is capable of completely destroying the pillars, but they do eventually respawn. So I think the pillars are definitely intentional, like a thing you're supposed to be using strategically. Okay, there we go. Got him. Also, I appreciate that, like, you have the opportunity to use pillar damage during a boss fight here, so that if you're like using the Sisyphus keepsake, it's not completely useless during the actual difficult part of the game. Apparently, I've killed enough Medusa heads to get a CODEX entry, I guess. That'll deal with that Medusa. This is a fun fighting style. Oh, my god meter filled all the way up.
In comparison to that of the champion of Elysium, I expect you'll soon see for yourself.
I'm bummed out that that music ended.
I beat the Bull of Minos.
And all I had to do was run away from him constantly. Okay, we took a lot of damage there, but we didn't actually burn a
I
life.
accept this message.
A heroic level of Divine Flourish. I mean, we're not going to replace our special thing, but that's a lot of damage. When you deflect attacks, they deal more damage, or you begin each encounter with your God gauge partly full. That's interesting. Getting a usable amount of God gauge for each encounter, especially when it's like the dungeons are definitely getting more difficult, and our God Gauge gives us an out for pretty much every situation. I think I'm going to take that over the riposte. Seems like a good idea. So when our God Gauge fills all the way up, we get a greater version of our call, which I didn't really get to see a chance. I didn't really get a chance to see what it did there, except that it seemed to last longer. Right, that's the shield. Don't shoot directly at the shield, SP. Okay, that's a cool enemy. I'm a little bummed out that the explosion doesn't deal damage to them, even if the projectile hits them in the front. Fortunately, we can just do this and push them around. Apparently, this is the eye thing is going to be common here. No, that's a shame. Okay, yeah, so they will just go for whatever the closest weapon is. So I gotta keep an eye on them when they're killed and make sure that I finish off the second form. Just thought I'd try to get used to using the call here.
Juicy center.
That's a weird way to put that, Zag.
Worthless.
Okay, managed that without taking very much damage. So apparently, whatever this skull currency is, it's going to be hard to get a hold of. Keys and darkness. I would have probably done that if it was an opportunity to gain health. Man, this area is really nice looking. I mean, it's Supergiant, right? They're always going to knock it out of the park on the visuals. We only have 2 keys. We should probably take the key. We can't even unlock anything with 2 keys at this point. Okay, so the bow guys are pretty fast moving. Also, presumably they will shoot me, so, you know, I'm trying to take cover and behave like a coward here.
Come get shot.
They really don't seem to hit that hard, at least. Was Zagreus there attempting to bite the Minotaur's style a little bit? Alright, I think I got both those eyes. He's down. Damn it. I tried to lead him a little bit with the arrow. Didn't actually work. Alright, I'm getting the hang of fighting these guys. There's a lot of dodging involved. It's just a tremendous amount of dodging. And just like I was saying last episode, I never do a single dodge and then just have some in reserve. It's always just like, mash that button a bunch of times while I figure out what the hell is going on around me. Alright, well, shop versus hammer. I mean, this seems like an okay time to shop. We do have a fair amount of money. Although hammers are pretty valuable. Maybe I should have just taken that. I was kind of hoping we would see some food. Where is Karen? Okay, Karen doesn't have anything to say to us. Sorry, it's my bad. I was trying to shoot these. Does he? Sorry, does he have a vegetable stand?
The magnificently ominous facade of the great Elysian Stadium looms tall above the rabble-rousing prince, as if to goad him into such a competition which he cannot hope to win.
So we're just not going to talk about the vegetable stand.
Cheers for the vote of confidence, old man.
Nobody but me can see this. Okay. This whole place kind of looks like a cake, right? Everything looks a little bit frosted. This looks like some stuff you might see on
No need to thank me.
on Bake Off. I mean, it's a solid showstopper. You got to give it that.
You found me, little nephew, strewn among the inventories of that most disturbing river boatman. That means you win my blessing.
I was able to recognize the glowing blue orb. Alright, give me something cool. Your knockaway effects shove foes a second time after the first. That sounds great, and also it's legendary. How could I not click on a thing that is bright orange and legendary? Although, Sunken Treasure... So what, the rare version of Sunken Treasure gave us 2 food items? So I guess this isn't a huge amount of food we're giving up, and this actually sounds really good, especially if it can knock foes into a wall a second time and cause the wall splat damage twice. I'm gonna take this.
High tide.
Okay, Zagreus. So hold on, that's two more meetings with Poseidon. I have to... It's orange now. How many of my brethren did he drown during my mortal days? So we got some extra text. It says a thing here, but I don't... Maybe we have to interact with it back home, or... There's definitely an icon there, right? That should do something. I don't know what it does.
Always a pleasure.
We'll figure it out. Okay, cast damage up, dash damage up, call better. I mean, this is a lot of extra damage on the cast. It's like a very significant increase. Okay, forward we go into some kind of mini-boss. Probably this is where we're going to lose our first life.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Beware,
dear.
short one. Now you face a foe more terrible even than I. The only foe whom I've ever faced who bested me.
Hold, fiend! You'll walk not one more step toward the light of day, so long as I am here.
Uh-oh, his voice has that evil audio effect on it.
Theseus, no way. You two are legends. I'd be honored if we had a sporting contest here.
A naked attempt to sway me from my convictions. Defend yourself, you blackguard, and may the gods show you some mercy, for I shall not.
Well, the good news is the gods have shown me a lot of mercy so far. Run away! Okay, so Theseus has a laser gun. Also, all this other stuff is still happening with the Minotaur. So, I mean, we're probably best off trying to burn the Minotaur down first. I would think, since Theseus has a shield, and so he's going to be a little bit more difficult to interact with. Uh-oh. And it does seem like we can get him to shoot the Minotaur. I need to charge through the Minotaur when he does that, not away. I'm trying to hold off on using Call until we get it to full. Oh, hey, he has my spear. Well, the good news is I'm really getting a lot of health back from that dodge after getting hit thing. Minotaur, you coward. Yeah, dashing through the Minotaur seems to be, like, the thing. Can I hit him a second time? Okay. Yeah, this lasts forever, and it lets me do a pretty significant amount of damage. Ah, I did not dash fast enough. And here comes the jump. Oh. I really thought there that I was behind the pillar. We're very, very close on this Minotaur. Okay, one down. Was it? Do I not know that story?
Let's finish this.
My impression was that they were not buddies. Ow, shoot. Okay, he does not get faked out by dodging behind him. He's pretty good at turning right before firing. I also have to watch out for the bounce back. Yep, that's exactly. I did it again. I've built up a little reflex because I was doing it against the Minotaur, and it's not actually helpful here. Did he knock me out of my call? I think he did. Ah, shit. Well,
Fool to stand against our might.
that was exciting, huh? We learned some things. I am confident that I could do that with just the materials we had there. If I had calmed down a little bit. I got a little heated.
Shades of the dead mill constantly within the house, complaining of their woes and seeking audience from any who would listen.
I listen.
Well, sort of.
What happened to Hypnos?
Listen, I am very busy.
Grown any wiser yet?
I wonder where Hypnos keeps going. Also, where the hell is my dog? Maybe Hypnos is walking the dog.
Megara tells me that you surpassed her well out there. How utterly embarrassing for her, to say the least.
I suppose you're going to punish her in some cruel fashion, then?
Oh, I've already seen to that, of course. You think she volunteered to deal with you? Nobody did. That's how ignoble a task it is.
That's strangely comforting to know.
Is it? It seems like a bad thing to me.
Let's just have a listen.
Hey, look at that. I do listen. I dodged the first 5. That should count for something. Boy, do I know how you feel.
Your enemy is not the wretched dead, and not your father, lad. It is the underworld itself. It has been fashioned to prevent escape. You must have seen by now how all the chambers seem to rearrange themselves.
The underworld itself. My enemy. I'll do my best anticipating its surprises, sir.
I feel like I did okay with that this episode. So what do I use these fancy skulls for? There's an entry for these in the Codex, right? I still can't make anything happen here. Maybe this indicates that it adds text, but no, that can't be the case, because what else would the hearts do? We learn more by accepting 14 boons from Poseidon. It fills in the heart, and then the learning more as we get text. I have no idea. I have no idea what this did or how to claim it or what. I guess we haven't explored the whole area yet. Let's go see if there's maybe a way to cash in here.
Nix, sometimes I get the impression the Olympians look down on those of us born of the underworld. Is that my imagination, or what do you make of it?
I mean, it is called the Underworld, and they live on a mountain, so they kind of look down on everybody.
The gods of Mount Olympus tend to think themselves above us, child.
Again,
So
literally.
your father often likes to say. He alone was relegated to this realm and grew resentful of his relatives on high.
So you're describing them as being on high?
I can't imagine him otherwise.
Yeah, what was Hades like before he was a resentful asshole? Well, this is cool.
Hey, what's that you're drinking, Meg? Anything good?
Whatever it is, it's weak. Enough to be mistaken for your blood.
Nice. Well, I'll just leave you to it then.
Oh, nice. I like Zagreus. It's a good character. Hi.
Oh, the prince himself. You want to talk to me? Me? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I just wanted to say the lounge looks wonderful, as good as new. Better. I hope it's not been too much trouble patching up.
I have to clean the rafters.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, we have an entry for her. A splendid house such as the Master's own requires a great deal of cleaning. The little Gorgon seems forever doomed to do it all herself. I mean, to be fair, she can fly, and she has a number of prehensile limbs? Is it demeaning to the snakes to describe them as limbs?
What's in stock?
Okay. Interesting. The wretched dead yet cling to shiny baubles in the riches of the god of death's domain. So we have more ways to get a hold of Ambrosia. And is this all that the... Oh, right. I was opening the Codex earlier because I wanted to look at the entry for that stuff. Heat. Okay. It is a place composed chiefly of two primal forces. One of them is darkness, the other is heat. Sure, like a Balrog. Okay, so I wonder if this is the only thing heat is for. Let's go maybe check with the mirror.
What's that on my desk?
Okay, well that's something. I guess we don't have a ton to do with our keys.
Time for a change. An infernal contract.
Ah, okay, we can increase the difficulty in order to earn additional darkness. Each rank makes any sources of health restoration less effective. Foes get some shielding. Okay, well, I don't know that we necessarily need our escape attempts to be more perilous, but it's good to know what this stuff is for, at least. I'll be honest with you, had I known what that was, might not have spent the key. Okay, so we don't have enough keys to unlock anything new then. We do have 114 darkness, so what we could do here is just bank and save up for another level of Death Defiance. That is definitely my my initial inclination. We didn't spend very much on any of this stuff, right? Yeah, this was 20, that was 30. So we could get to 200, I think, if we took all the points out of everything, but I don't know that I want to do that. Like, we're getting good value out of Chthonic Vitality. I don't remember exactly how many chambers we entered, although we can go see that number. But that probably ended up being quite a bit of health over the course of the run.
I should go.
Let's see, is it up here?
Tartarus, I won't be stuck here all my life.
I thought when we looked at this before, yeah, there we go, 36. So we gained 72 health off of the Vitality. That's significant, that's a lot.
Special delivery for you back there, boyo.
Okay, that's interesting. Is that a huge gun made out of a metal eagle? Well, I think I know what we're saving our keys for.
That's going to take more keys.
Oh, it says check. I was hoping it would give, like, he'd have a little bit of text for us. Also, didn't we inspect this earlier?
The courtyard of the House of Hades is kept neat and orderly, in contrast to the terrifying sprawl that lies beyond.
It's not that orderly, really.
This is definitely what our keys are going to next. I'm very curious about... It looks like maybe 2 guns? Like it's got a laser and then a cannon. I want it very badly. I want my key back, man.
Suppose I can talk you into fighting back this time?
Not a chance, boyo. I'm paid to take it, not to dish it out. Now give it to me.
Okay, a little demanding. I mean, listen, I like a forward skeleton. So I guess there's not a lot else to do here. I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to... Oh, wait a minute.
We each have our commitments to this house, daughter. There is no shame in yours. And whilst your sisters are away, you bear their burden of responsibility as well.
I understand. It's just... Am I supposed to keep pretending nothing's changed? This house is cracking at the seams, and no one's going to admit it?
The house shall stand eternally, although in what condition, it is ours to decide. Our obligation is to keep the house in order.
I know. You're right, of course you're right. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for both our sakes, Nix.
What was that about?
Yeah, that's a real good question. That was an interesting thing to overhear. What I was about to say is that I was hoping we'd be able to figure out what the deal was with Poseidon's Codex entry here. Maybe I'll look it up between episodes.
Those shades are always milling about.
Cause of death, elephants. What a way to go. Oh, well, let's just chill out for a minute.
If I sit down, I won't want to get back up.
Yeah, that's why you sit down. He refuses. Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess there's nothing else productive for us to do here. I know this run ended up being a little bit short, but I don't feel as bad about it as I would have felt about leaving the last episode at one run, because at least we got to see a lot of new stuff here. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go maybe try to figure out how the Codex works, and if we are actually supposed to be getting rewards for completing the entries. Come back next time, tomorrow. We're going to be making a new run. I don't really know what weapon we'll use. You know what? Hold on. While we're sitting here with the overlay up, I'm going to go back and check what is the bonus darkness thing. Feel free to leave comments. requests, they'll take that stuff into account. The weapon with the bonus darkness on it is the spear. Oh, I do like the spear. All right, let me know what you want to see tomorrow. Come back then for that, and we'll see you then.